If you're in the St. Louis area and want to find some great Mexican food, you should check out Uncle Julio's. We recently ate here, and in this video, we're going to share what we ate and what we recommend that you try when you eat here next.
I've eaten at Uncle Julio's many times throughout my life, and I always loved their chips and salsa. I had never seen them give both a red salsa and a green salsa until this time, so I was excited to try both. The green salsa is what I typically get when eating there, and it is one of my favorite salsas of all time. It is spicy, but not a one and done kind of spicy. I can sit there and eat several bowls in one sitting. The red salsa I had never had until this visit, and I thought it was good, but it was sweet at first, and then after a minute the spice kicked in, and it did stick with you. The chips are usually still warm and thin, which make them so tasty, and it is probably one of my favorites. Definitely try the chips and salsa when visiting Uncle Julio's.
I'm really picky when it comes to queso, so I didn't have high expectations, but it was surprisingly very good. The cheese was not too strong, and it was very creamy and smooth. I liked the flavor and the texture, and I would order this queso again in the future.
Uncle Julio's offers fresh tableside guacamole, which is always a fun thing when you're out to eat. The guacamole served to us was delicious and creamy. The avocados were so fresh, and paired with the onions, jalapenos, and tomatoes, made for some of the best guacamole I've had in a long time. If I could change one thing about this appetizer, I would have added just a hint of lime, and it would have been absolutely perfect. Bonus, our tableside server was super friendly and funny, and helped make the experience even better. You can order plain old guacamole if you wish, but I recommend you give the fresh tableside guacamole a try.
For my meal, I ordered the steak fajita quesadillas, even though it's technically an appetizer. They came with multiple garnishes, but my personal favorites were the sour cream and the guacamole. These quesadillas had freshly made tortillas, chunks of grilled steak, and cheese. I tried a quesadilla dipped in sour cream first and was very surprised by how delicious it all was. The tortilla was honestly my favorite part though. It was so pillowy soft and delicious. The steak was good as well and had a great flavor, but I did find it to be a little chewier than I prefer. There wasn't a ton of cheese inside, and I actually liked that it didn't overpower the quesadilla and just added a great flavor instead. I also tried a bite dipped in guacamole, and it was great as well, but my favorite was the sour cream. If you like quesadillas, I would recommend trying these, either as an appetizer or an entree. It was a lot of food, and I wasn't even able to eat all of it in one sitting.
I ordered 2 pulled chicken enchiladas with queso sauce instead of the green tomatillo sauce, rice, refried beans, and papas bravas. These enchiladas were so amazing. The queso sauce on top with the seasoned chicken had to be one of the best enchiladas I've eaten in a very long time. The refried beans had a great pork flavor to them, I'm guessing from the chorizo, and with a little salt they were perfect. The papas bravas ended up being fried papas, which I was not expecting. Usually papas are a Mexican-style mashed potato that I love when you couple it with beans, queso, and enchiladas, but these were honestly a bit of a disappointment. They came out at room temperature and didn't have much flavor to them at all. Overall, I would order the enchiladas and beans again in a heartbeat, but would pass on the rice or papas bravas next time we eat here.
For my meal, I ordered the chicken and steak fajitas. I was a little worried when I saw my meal that there wasn't that much meat, but I didn't need to worry about it because I definitely got full. The guacamole was delicious and the flavor of the chicken and steak was really good, but the peppers and onion were a little on the crunchy side. The star of this dish for me was the house-made tortillas. They reminded me of naan bread because they were so thick and fluffy. I couldn't get enough of them, and you better believe I asked for more. Do not go to this restaurant without giving these little pockets of heaven a try.
I love food truck tacos. There's something about those amazing little fried wraps from heaven that make my heart soar. And these Carnitas truck tacos did not disappoint. The Carnitas steak was seasoned so well, and the onions and cilantro were very fresh and added a great texture. I also really liked the roasted pineapple habanero sauce. It was a little more spicy than I normally prefer, but the sweetness of the pineapple really helped balance the heat and made the sauce delicious. This meal also came with half of a fresh cut lime, which I squeezed on my tacos that really put them over the top. The taco shell itself was fried beautifully and had a very good fried bread flavor. The rice that came on the side was also good. I don't think it was anything special, but was a decent side of Mexican rice.
Another restaurant in the St. Louis area that we really enjoyed was Brasserie by Niche, and you can click here now to watch our video about that next.